So what happens when a Web3 game, a flagship Web3 game, just dies? And in a very, very public way. Well, today we're going to get into the wild story of Spider Tanks. This is a game that went from being a pioneer to a total pariah, and now it's trying to pull off one of the most ambitious comebacks in Web3 gaming. Seriously, this is a story about big dreams, big conflict, and a huge bet on getting a second chance.
Right, because this isn't your average game update. Nope. This is a story about a title that was once on top of the world, a messy public breakup with its publisher, and now a revival that has pretty much the entire Web3 gaming world watching and wondering, can they actually pull this off?
Okay, let's start with the big news, the announcement that totally rocked the community and brought this game roaring back from what looked like certain death. Most people thought it was gone for good. After months and months of radio silence, followed by some cryptic teasers on social media, it's finally official. Spider Tanks is coming back, but with a new name, Cores of Chaos. And this time, it's a brand new partnership between the original developer, GAMEDIA, and the absolute giant of Web3 gaming, Immutable.
So go ahead and circle this on your calendar. Early access for the big relaunch is set for December 8th, 2025. It's happening. The comeback is officially on.
Now, to really get why this comeback is making such huge waves, we got to rewind a bit. We have to go back to the beginning. Because before all the drama, Spider Tanks was a genuine trailblazer.
The ambition here was just massive. Back in 2022, the game's light paper didn't mess around. It flat out called itself the world's first Web3 esport. This wasn't just another game dropping. It was meant to be a flagship title for a whole new way of playing.
And the vision was super compelling. We're talking intense, fast-paced PvP combat where you could build your own tank, and the parts, the weapons, the bodies were all NFTs that you actually owned. You could keep them, trade them, sell them. It was all built on the Gala chain, had its own token. It really looked like it had all the right ingredients to be a monster hit.
All right, let's get into it, because this is where the story takes a really dark turn. That super promising partnership between the developer, GameDeya, and their publisher, Gala Games, it completely imploded.
And this didn't just happen overnight. The whole thing unraveled over about a year. It starts late 2023 when GameDeya cuts ties. Then, they claimed Gala started threatening them with legal action. By May of 2024, GameDeya had had enough and went public with their side of the story. It all ended with a lawsuit over who owned the game's IP, a suit that was eventually dismissed, which crucially finally freed up GameDeya to take their game back.
So what went so horribly wrong? Well, in their public statement, GameDeya laid out some pretty serious accusations. They said Gala's focus just drifted away to things like film and music. They claimed they, as a small studio, were forced to pick up all the marketing. They also alleged that Gala wasn't reinvesting money back into the game like they promised and left future contracts just hanging in the wind. It's really a cautionary tale about how important it is for partners to be on the same page.
And this quote from GameDeya's statement really says it all. You could just feel how the relationship broke down. They're saying what started with respect turned into fear of legal threats, and that's why they felt they couldn't speak out to their own community any sooner.
But, out of the ashes of all that conflict, something new started to grow. After finally winning the legal fight for their game, GameDeya found a brand new partner to help bring Spider Tanks back from the dead, the Web3 gaming platform, Immutable.
And when you put the two partnerships side by side, wow, the difference is just night and day. With Gala, the vision split apart, support was allegedly pulled, and it all ended in conflict. But with Immutable, you have a shared passion for making fun first games, you get access to a world-class ecosystem, and the result, a revival and a relaunch. It's a total 180 in terms of philosophy.
Okay, so why is this a big deal? Why does this new partnership with Immutable matter so much for the players? Well, this isn't just about switching publishers. It's a fundamental shift, both technologically and in terms of the whole game's philosophy.
So the game is moving to Immutable's platform, which is an Ethereum Layer 2 network. Now, what on earth does that mean? The easiest way to think about it is like an express lane on the Ethereum highway. It's built specifically to handle the thousands of tiny transactions a game needs, making everything way faster, way cheaper, and just a much smoother experience for you, the player.
So by building on Immutable, Spider Tanks gets a platform that was literally designed just for games. That means you get better performance, it can scale to a huge global audience without breaking a sweat, and it has a rock-solid commitment to true digital ownership. That core idea that your in-game stuff is really yours.
and it's all happening in one of the biggest ecosystems in all of Web3.
And you got to hear what GAMEDIA's CEO, Dietmar Tucker, had to say. For him, this isn't just about bringing a game back. It's about sending a message that Web3 games have to be fun first and foremost. And that with Immutable, he feels they finally found a partner with the integrity and the follow-through that, in his words, the industry sorely needs.
So what's next? With a new partner, new tech under the hood, SpiderTank's Cores of Chaos is looking to finally deliver on its original incredible promise, but this time it's being built on a foundation that's a whole lot stronger.
So what can players actually expect this time around? Well, the big promises are way better performance thanks to the new tech, a laser focus on player-owned assets, and a real, renewed commitment to the community that honestly stuck with this game through some really tough times. Even the new name, Cores of Chaos, sounds like a return to the game's frenetic, fun-first roots.
All right, so if you're excited to jump back into the fight, here's what you need to do. First, get in the official Discord for all the latest updates. Second, find the game on the Immutable Play platform. And third, you already know this, mark that calendar for early access on December 8th.
Which brings us to the big, final question hanging over all of this. The story of SpiderTanks is this epic tale of death and rebirth. It shows you the huge risks involved in this space, but it also shows you the incredible power of resilience. So can this second chance finally deliver on that original dream of becoming a truly iconic Web3 esport? You better believe the whole industry